Hey everyone, it's Doug Devitre. Thanks so much for joining. Boy, a ton of new updates, right? A ton of new updates for you, and I'm just going to get it right into it because that's the way I like to do things. One of the things that I always get all these frequently asked questions as far as, what's the best equipment that I'm going to need? What's the best setup that I need? What's the best software that I need? What type of lights do I need? I am running virtual events and I'm running meetings and I'm doing presentations and I've got all this stuff, right, that I'm trying to manage. And so what I've done is I put together an assessment, right? And that's the way I like to do things, is try to figure out, okay, where are you in this process, right? Where are you in this process so I can give you exactly what you're looking for. And so in this questionnaire, right, if you were actually going to go through this thing, it'd probably take you about 25, maybe 30 minutes to do. And I would ask you some basic things, right? What are some of your short-term goals? What are your long-term goals? What type of computer are you using? Are you using an Apple or a Mac? I know that, there's different solutions, right? And so I can't send you down some sort of rabbit hole to tell you need to buy this and you need to buy that. Why not use some of the equipment you already have to put together this new environment? And so I'm giving you these questions that you can start to ask, right? Here's another one here. What are the dimensions inside of the dedicated space that you're going to use for your home or office, right? Here it says, minimum dimensions are 10 by 10 feet. I'd probably say you can get away with about 8 by 8 feet realistically. And so what that means is you'll have all the space for all the lights to be able to create an environment that's very similar to this, right? So don't think that you need to blow down walls or anything like that. You can do this. Now, here's another one that I get asked, like, Doug, do I need a whole production team in order to help me create this environment? The answer is no, right? The answer is no. If it's just you, just know that it just takes a couple different pieces, and as long as you're coachable and you're willing to try new things, you'll be able to figure it out. But sometimes, if you're the business owner, right, or you're the director, you need to be able to delegate some things out. So maybe you have a graphic designer on your team who wants to create some of the different backgrounds, right? Or maybe if you have somebody who's a video editor or producer, that's what they love to do. You're going to want their input on it, right? So when you think about this, even though you might be able to create it inside of this one little camera, no, from a video production quality. So when you show up inside of your camera for Zoom or Facebook Live or anything else, that you have the best graphics that you possibly can. And whether, as far as another question I get often is, how much money should I be investing in this? And so, you can start off using your basic webcam if you have, or your computer, right? There are some free applications that are out there, but the more you start to see the possibilities, I think one of the posts that I had, I kind of actually ran through my equipment, right? I actually showed you what some of these things look like, all these different tools. Like, at some point you're going to decide, all right, I like the ability to have another camera here, or I like to be able to add an applause into my effect. You have these options, but first of all, so you have to figure out, okay, what's my budget that I'm starting with. Then as we kind of move forward here, this is where it starts to get a little easier. Right? Because as far as the answers go, it's on a scale of 1 to 100. So 1 would be like no, or it's not happening, or I don't know the answer to that question. And then 100 would be, yeah, we're already doing some of this already. So number 12, understanding to set up, manage, and optimize internet speeds from your internet service provider, right? If I were to ask you, like, how fast is your internet connection, how quickly would you be able to tell me, right? I already have this loaded into one of these scenes, right, where I can actually show you, right? I can just quickly pull it up and show you that it's 200 megabytes per second. Well, this this is good. Now, if you're running at lower than 30 megabytes per second, on the download, you're going to want to have to make some phone calls, right? You have to have somebody from the Geek Squad or from the service provider come up. But without that, right, without being able to know what it is or making sure that it's a high enough speed, you're never going to be able to get there. So I'm going to set this aside for now and just know there are options to help you. Here's another one. What's the quality of the video meeting microphone audio input, right? So if you have a webcam and there's a microphone that's built into it, what is the quality of that? Or let's say if you have other microphones that you're hooking into let's say the Zoom meeting, let's say you have a panel of other experts that are inside of your office and you need to make sure that they're connected, or if you have different webcams that you have connected, how can you ensure that the quality of the audio, people can actually hear what's going on? And so that setup takes some mindful exploration between everybody in your team to make so that it works. I'm gonna skip forward to a couple of these. I've got inserting sound effects from Sound Library. You've already heard me do that. Webcam positioning. We briefly touched on that. Lighting. This is another big one. You know, are you operating from the dark, or do you have the proper lighting to work? Yeah, standing desk. This is so big. Like so many times I see people that are on these meetings and they start out super slow. They don't have the energy. Why? Is because they've been hunched over all day on their computer, and they don't have the energy from standing up, right? Like I can bounce around, I can move around, I can start dancing or whatever. That standing desk gives you the opportunity. And I know, you know, real estate inside of your home office might be a little scarce. You know, you really might love your favorite picture that's hanging up, that's part of your background. But I'm going to tell you, there are so many more things that you can do when you have a green screen and be able to set up these virtual backgrounds. One of the blog posts that I have, and let's see if I can pull it up here for you to be able to see. This is a blog post that I wrote on how to be able to show up differently inside of Zoom, right? And so if you were going to kind of go through and try to find it yourself, I'm just going to type in Zoom in the search, and then this is the first one. Brand new website, by the way. There's videos, articles, probably 20 within the last, I guess, since the beginning of this year. This is the one that you want to look at: 8 ways to show up differently inside of Zoom. So you have a website as a virtual background, a digital whiteboard as a virtual background. Show a slide presentation. I mean, these are all new things that you can start to do. The challenge is though no one has ever asked you the question to challenge what's possible, right? Or maybe the group that you're associated with hasn't figured this out yet, and then you, as a leader of your organization, want to take this to another level, right? All this is a website that has a PowerPoint that's already preloaded, right? So when you think about the flexibility that you have to be able to demonstrate applications or demonstrate websites, there's nothing better than using an environment like this. So I'm gonna challenge you, right? I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to have a link available for you to be able to take this assessment. If this is something that you want to take, you know, leave a comment in the below. It's long, right? It's tedious, but I can guarantee you that by going through it, you're going to discover questions that you didn't know to ask before. That's going to save you when it's time to show up, or whether it's the difference between someone choosing you or your idea or somebody else. I can guarantee you that. You know, we always love going live and doing some of these things. And really the purpose is to create videos. So please subscribe to the channel, follow on Twitter, like it on Facebook. We're going to try and do some more of these live videos now that we have a really fun studio. I tell you, one of the funny things that happened over the weekend is that my son, Harrison, has his own YouTube channel. It's crazy some of the things that are happening. He's 5 25 years old building worlds in Minecraft. And never did I anticipate him going in this route, but this is kind of where we are. Be sure to check out the blog. Tons of new content coming. I hope to see you on some of these. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Thanks so much.